Hello, this is a chart that's well known to anti-wind turbine campaigners. It was produced by Daniel Curtis at the Environmental Change Institute, University of Oxford, last summer. As it's July, I'm going to use last July's chart because it saves me making it up. It's pre-made, it's excellent. The red chart graph shows the maximum amount of electricity that was produced by all systems during the month of July. I'll show you the other systems later, but that's the total amount that consumers required day in, day out during July. This bottom line is the wind production. This is not about how much the wind produced, but when the wind produced. When it was needed during the day, when it was not needed during the night. So let's have a quick look. This is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. So Saturday night through into Sunday, we have a bit of wind, which probably helped cook Sunday lunch or tea. The two peaks, the first peak is 12 o'clock. The second peak is evening meal time. Night time, a bit of wind blowing, producing a little bit. Not too much for Monday morning for the working week. Not too much at night either for that matter. But not contributing very much. But definitely not contributing when power was needed. This is Wednesday, working day. Wednesday, industry is up and running and the wind is not producing anything at all. But at night, there's a little peak here. If you look in the top right hand corner of this chart, you'll see the animation of the outputs from wind source and the total required. So this is where it all falls apart slightly. Thursday night, nothing. Friday, well, we had a bit of a wind blowing, a good bit of a hoolie, and it produced quite a lot of power for certainly during the working day on Friday. It was still producing as we went into Friday night, which was probably not required, and they very well may have been asked to turn off a few turbines. This is Saturday evening, Saturday night, and the wind has died. Sunday, nothing. Back into the working week, zilch, virtually, day or night, so it doesn't really matter. But you can see the problem that because the wind is the wind, it can very often blow hard at night when we don't want the electricity and not to blow during the day when we do want it, which must be a nightmare for the people operating the grid, just to know how much is going to be available and when. And as they are required by law to use renewable energy, how they fit it all in and keep our lights on without flickering, I don't know. There we go, the wind is picking up. We're going into night time between Saturday and Sunday. Sunday lunch, bit of wind. Sunday tea time, excellent. It's still blowing at night a bit, but not too furiously. Again, Monday, well, not much. A little bit on Monday night, probably more than we need. Tuesday, when it is needed, nothing, virtually. Wednesday, bit of power from the old wind turbines. Thursday, zilch. Thursday night, nothing. Friday, nothing. Friday night, nothing. Saturday night, wind gets up. And on the Sunday, we have a good gale of wind, as Captain Cook used to say. It eased a little bit overnight, but again, it's probably one of those occasions where turbines had to be switched off. Monday, working week, again, nothing. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, again, we appear to have a bit of wind, so there was a contribution there. Friday night eased off a bit. Saturday, a bit. We didn't need a lot being the weekend. Sunday the same. There we go. The reason for going through that is just to show how unreliable wind power is. There are many charts where they're produced a lot more power, and a lot more charts where they're produced even less. This is just one example, but it's fairly normal in its peaks and troughs. Our real power comes from these sources. This is our gas produced electricity, coal produced, and nuclear. Now, nuclear can't be phased in and out just to match whether the wind's blowing or not. Nuclear can't do that. Coal and gas thankfully can, and they have to, because, as I said, the law says that the suppliers have to use renewables. Therefore, they've got to go up and down and in and out inefficiently to try and make use of this wind power. There also is hydro, pumped storage, etc. But basically, our power is being supplied by these guys: nuclear, gas, coal. And they're always there. They always will be there. And if you take out wind, these guys can supply ample power for anybody and everybody in the UK without this little contribution down here